Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Blinks and this is Links Art. Today I'm going to be sharing with you two ultimate blending tools you should be using that is going to change your drawing experience for the best and enable you create the best of realistic works ever. These are things that changed my blending system, made drawing even a lot more easier. There are a series of reasons why these two blending materials beat a lot of blending tools out there when it comes to comparison. In this tutorial, I'm going to be listing them and as well giving you some of the major reasons why you should be using these blending tools as of now to change your drawing experience. Amongst these two, the last one I'm going to mention is my favorite, and as well the best blending tool I've used so far comparing to others. If this is your first time watching my video, I'm all about giving you tips, tricks, and techniques to get your artworks done in no time. So make sure to click the subscribe button, ring all the bell so you don't miss any of my tutorials when I release them. So without any further waste of time, let's unravel the secret, shall we? So the first in the list here are brushes, as you can see, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why brushes are deemed to be one of the ultimate tools you can use when it comes to pencil or graphite shading. These things are irreplaceable. The first thing is pressure control with regards to the safety of the paper. Unlike your brushes, your blending stump or other blending tools like your cotton or just mentioned are not really as soft as your brush. Let's say you take a little bit of graphite or charcoal and then start blending on the paper. It's a very nice tool to blend with, but it doesn't really have much of a pressure control with regards to the safety of the paper, in the sense that it's a little bit hard. So if you are too carefree or if you don't pay attention to the paper, you can easily scrub or rupture the paper and it starts to appear a little bit bumpy, or sometimes it can even tear the paper. Moving to the next, let's say your cotton. In comparison with your blending stump here, it's a lot more better. You can take your graphite here and then blend with it as well, but it still does not have much of a pressure control, in the sense that the pressure of your hand is not being controlled, because if you press too hard on the paper with your cotton, you can easily rupture the paper, because the harder you press, the stronger this can get, because it can easily get flattened. It doesn't absorb the pressure as your brush will do. Now moving to your brush is a lot different because it's kind of fluffy. When you press it on the paper, if you press too hard, it's going to bend, telling you that the pressure is too much. All you need is to just pick up that graphite powder or charcoal powder and then just blend with it smoothly. If you press too much on the paper, it is going to bend, hence preventing you from rupturing the paper or creating any kind of rough area in the paper. Now you can see how smooth this is. Your cotton as well does a very nice job. Now when it comes to blending, it's a thing of choice. Your cotton is really nice for blending, but when it comes to the care of the paper, you might want to go with your brushes, and it does exactly what this guy does, even better. To me, it's a thing of preference. A lot of persons love using their cottons, but when it comes to your blending stump, I don't really advise you to use this. I'm not really a huge fan of blending stump. It's a nice tool though, but it's something I don't use. I'm not just recommending. Sorry. The next thing you want to know about using brushes is faded line drawing. As an artist or an hyper-realistic artist or someone who creates realistic drawing, it's not at every point in time you pick up your graphite pencil to start creating sharp lines or trying to create some kind of random textures on your drawing. Sometimes you might just want a faded straight line without any scratchy or sharp contrasts like a stroke. When it comes to that, your brushes does a better job than your graphite pencil or charcoal pencil. Now like places like this, I don't necessarily need to continue using my graphite to layer all this. The brush is more ideal to create those lines. This kind of saves you time because you don't necessarily need to start shading with your graphite pencil and then blending things out, when you can easily pick up some graphite powder and then create that line. So this is something you can hardly get with other blending tools, being able to draw with your brushes to create faded lines, like as you can see here. The next exciting thing about your brushes is its ability to create very smooth shading. Brushes come in different shapes and sizes. It all depends on what you are doing with the brush. The smaller brushes are best for creating very nice details, like as we previously mentioned with regards to drawing with them. The bigger ones are nice when you want to create some kind of smooth transitions or shades. So these are a few reasons why brushes are one of the ultimate tools when it comes to blending with them. Moving to my favorite, the last and the ultimate tool I'm going to recommend with regards to drawing is a beauty blender. This tiny guy you are seeing here. This tool you are seeing here was originally red. The reason why it's looking this black is because of the graphite and charcoal I used it on, and plus I use it all the time. It kind of suffers in my hand. This is a beauty blender majorly used by makeup artists to blend faces, that is facial beautification. This is something a lot of artists don't make use of. I mean the ones that draw, not the makeup artists. Now this tiny guy you are seeing, there are different shapes and sizes, ones that are big enough to fill up this space in my palm, and a lot smaller ones, and they are not expensive. When it comes to the reason why this is an ideal tool for blending, with regards to pressure control, this gives you the best, because when you try to press this on your paper, it's much like a shock absorber. It kind of folds in, so it does not always keep a hard press on the paper, hence preventing you from rupturing the paper each time you are blending with it. You can hardly use this to rupture your paper or even damage your paper, just simply explained. And you can see how smooth this guy gets. The bigger ones can be used to cover a large area when you are blending, and it doesn't have any scratchy feel. It works very smoothly. Moving to the next reason why you should use this for your blending, just like your brush, the ability to draw with it. These also have a pointed mouth that you can use to draw just like your brushes. But to be honest, I think brushes are best when it comes to faded line drawings or drawing with, but this guy is almost as the same. I don't even see the difference, but it's kind of better having a brush that you can easily hold than to have this held like this. So that is the only difference. But with regards to creating nice lines, I think there is no much difference. You can easily use this to create faded lines in your drawing. All you need to do is to dip it into a little bit of graphite or charcoal, and then you draw with it. And another thing you can do, you can use this to create very nice pops like this, very tiny detailings, and it can come out very smooth no matter how you want to use this. It gives me the ability to create those skin textures as fast as possible, sometimes even without using my graphite pencil on the paper. I can easily use this to start the sketching and as well blending before going into real-time detailing. This guy works magic. At any point you can just easily blend things, and it also has the ability to blend rough areas. Now the next reason is smooth area blending. I think I just did that here. You notice that at first I was having a faded line all the way here. Next I was having very tiny dots, but when I used it to blend on the surface, you can see how smooth this guy goes. If I would want to use this to blend all this area, I don't think this tiny one is ideal for that. I can go ahead to take a bigger one, which I don't have here with me. I just don't know why. So you can see how nice this guy goes. So you can use this to blend a whole lot of things, just like your brush. And one final and unique reason why you should be using this guy when it comes to every other blending tool is that it kind of works much like a kneaded eraser. If that sounds kind of surprising, watch what I'm going to do with this. Now you can see how smooth this guy gets when it comes to blending with it. Kneadable erasers are very much ideal for creating very smooth gradient-like highlights in your drawing. And I can blend things out very easily. So I'm just randomly doing this. I can still cover everything if I want to cover it up. I can still get things more darker. It all depends. See how dark this place gets. I can still at the same time clean the tip of this and then try to highlight things out. Now, this is what I love about this tool. While doing all of this, the paper will never get ruptured or get irritated. It always has this ability of being able to absorb the pressure you have, which I previously mentioned. So if you're not having this in your drawing set, just go and get something like this. I think this tool almost made me throw away every single blending tool I had, but I later realized that brushes are irreplaceable. So that brings me to using just brushes for my blending and my master tool here, Beauty Blender, for creating my artwork. This is what I'm using to create all these values you are seeing here, the waterline movement and all these areas. So just go get a Beauty Blender and you'll be surprised what this guy does for you. So this is going to be the wrap for our Beauty Blender and brushes. These are what I use for my day-to-day drawing. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Blinks and this is Links Art. I'm all about giving you tips, tricks to get your artworks done in no time. Make sure to click the subscribe button, ring all the bell so you don't miss any of my tutorials when I release them. Till I see you next time, keep creating.